All right, let's cut through all the noise, all the hype, and really try to understand one of the most talked about technologies out there, blockchain. We're going to go way beyond the crazy crypto headlines and get to what actually matters.
I mean, let's be honest. When someone says the word blockchain, your mind probably jumps straight to images just like this, right? You're thinking of Bitcoin, you're thinking of those wild price charts, of fortunes being made and lost, sometimes in a single day.
And you know what? That's totally fair. Cryptocurrencies are what put blockchain on the map for everybody. But here's the thing, focusing only on crypto, well, it's kind of like looking at the entire internet and only seeing email. It's a massive part of the story for sure, but it is nowhere near the whole story.
Now check out this number, $2.2 trillion. That's what the global blockchain market is projected to be worth by 2032. So you have to ask yourself, is a $2 trillion industry really being built just for digital coins? Nah, there is something much, much bigger going on here.
Okay, so let's really dive into this. To see what's actually happening, we need to peel back that crypto layer for a minute and just look at the raw technology underneath. So, what is a blockchain, really? At its heart, it's this simple. Just imagine a shared notebook. But this notebook is digital, and it's copied and spread out across thousands and thousands of computers. Every single entry gets locked in permanently. And because everybody has a copy, no one can go back and secretly change things or cheat the system. It's a way for a whole group of people to agree on what's true without having to trust a central authority like a bank or a government to tell them.
And this is a huge departure from the systems we use every single day. See, a normal database is controlled by one entity, a single company, a single government, and they can change or even delete data if they want. But on a blockchain, that record is spread out, it's decentralized, and it's basically tamper-proof. The trust isn't in some owner you hope does the right thing. The trust is literally baked into the code itself.
So that right there, that shared, unchangeable nature, that's the whole ballgame. That one core feature makes something incredibly powerful possible. It lets us build programs that can actually run on top of this network of trust.
They're called smart contracts. And honestly, the best way to think about them is like a digital vending machine. It's super simple. You put in a coin, that's the condition being met, and the machine automatically spits out a soda. That's the action being executed. There's no cashier, no middleman needed. Well, smart contracts do the exact same thing, but for digital agreements, all automatically.
Okay, so that's the tech, but how does this actually translate into real-world solutions? Well, it's already changing some massive industries, and this isn't some far-off theory. This is happening right now.
Let's start with a really simple but super important real-world problem. Walmart had to figure out where one specific batch of contaminated mangoes came from. I mean, this is a critical food safety issue. So how long do you think it took them to do that using their old paper-based systems?
Almost 7 days. 7 days of people making phone calls, digging through piles of paper records, all while potentially dangerous food was still out there on store shelves. In a public health crisis, 7 days is an eternity.
So they got together with IBM and built a solution on a blockchain. Now, every single person in the supply chain, the farmer, the packer, the shipper, they all recorded their step on this one shared, unchangeable ledger that everyone could see. And the result? The new trace time was just 2.2 seconds. I mean, just think about that for a second. From nearly a week down to less than 3 seconds. That is the difference between a small localized recall and a potential nationwide crisis. It's huge.
And this exact same idea, this trusted, transparent record, it's being used everywhere now. You've got luxury brands like LVMH using it to fight counterfeit handbags. It's securing our supply chains for life-saving drugs. It's being used to prove that the cobalt in electric car batteries isn't coming from conflict zones. It is quietly revolutionizing entire industries that are built on trust.
It's even starting to remake finance from the inside out. The CEO of BlackRock, which is the world's largest asset manager, he believes the next great innovation is what's called tokenization. Basically, turning real-world assets like stocks, bonds, even real estate into digital tokens on a blockchain. Why? To make them way more accessible and efficient to trade.
But okay, let's pump the brakes for a second. We have to be realistic here. This is not some magic bullet. The technology is facing some massive hurdles before it can go truly mainstream, and it's really important that we talk about them. The biggest challenge has, for a long time, been speed. Early blockchains were just notoriously slow. So the big question is, can a technology that's kind of slow by design really power our super fast-paced global economy.
To really put this in perspective, just look at this. Bitcoin can handle maybe 7 transactions per second. The Visa network, on the other hand, handles around 24,000. That is a massive, massive gap. And it's exactly why so much brain power is focused on making blockchains faster and way more efficient.
And then, of course, there is the elephant in the room: energy consumption. The mining process that secures some blockchains, especially Bitcoin, uses a staggering amount of electricity, and that is a totally valid and very serious concern. But here's the thing: the technology is evolving, and it's evolving fast. Back in 2022, the second biggest blockchain, Ethereum, went through this massive upgrade that slashed its energy use by over 99.95%. The industry knows these are problems that have to be solved.
So even with all these hurdles, the work is pushing forward. And what's emerging isn't some flashy new app for your phone, it's something much more fundamental. Blockchain is quietly becoming a new, foundational layer of our digital infrastructure.
You know, the best way to think about it is like TCP/IP. That's the core protocol of the internet. You have no idea how it works, I have no idea how it works, you don't interact with it directly, but it makes everything you do online possible. Blockchain is on a really similar path, to become this hidden foundation for trust in our digital world.
And that really leaves us with one final kind of provocative thought. Think about buying a house, verifying your identity, tracking the food you eat. What would it actually mean if the most important agreements and records in our lives were secure, transparent, and didn't rely on some powerful middleman? That is the ultimate promise of this technology, and it goes so far beyond the hype.